My daughter asked for a new iPhone for her birthday. I smiled and said maybe, then went to the garage and cried. The credit cards are maxed, the payments are late, and I have no idea how to tell her we're actually broke. My son thinks credit cards are magic money that never runs out. He doesn't understand why I flinch every time he hands me one to pay for his video games. The reality is we're drowning in debt. My wife hides the bills before the kids wake up. We have this silent routine where we pretend everything is fine while secretly panicking about how we'll make next month's mortgage payment on this house we can't afford. The collections calls start at 8 a.m. sharp. I've memorized which numbers to ignore and which voicemails to delete before my wife checks the phone. Every ring feels like another nail in my financial coffin. I bought this watch to look successful at work. It cost $3,000 I didn't have. Now every time I look at it, I'm reminded of the debt I'm hiding from everyone who knows me. My daughter showed me her friends' vacation photos on social media. She asked why we never go anywhere nice. I told her dad works too hard, but the truth is we can't afford to leave the driveway. My wife found the credit card statements I'd been hiding. She didn't scream or cry. She just sat there quietly, looking at the numbers. Her silence was worse than any anger she could have shown. The SUV in our driveway is leased. My neighbors think I'm successful, but the monthly payment eats up half my paycheck. I drive a car I can't afford to impress people I don't even like. I work selling insurance to protect other families while mine is financially exposed and crumbling. The irony isn't lost on me. I'm great at my job, but terrible at managing my own money. My son asked for a new gaming console. All his friends have one. I watched his excited face and felt my heart break because I knew I'd have to say no again. Another disappointment from Dad. A client at work mentioned how great our neighborhood looks in the Christmas lights. I smiled and agreed, but inside I was dying. Those lights are on a house that could be foreclosed any month now. At my daughter's parent-teacher conference, another mom asked about our summer plans. I made up a story about a beach house rental. The lie felt so natural I scared myself. The mortgage statement came yesterday. We're 2 months behind. I hid it in my work bag before anyone could see it. Every morning, I wake up terrified this will be the day we get the foreclosure notice. My wife suggested we host a dinner party for our neighbors. I pretended to be excited while calculating how much groceries would cost. We can't even afford to feed ourselves, let alone entertain others. I met Richard at a work conference. He asked one question that changed everything. When did you start lying to your family about money? I broke down right there in the hotel lobby. Richard told me his story. He'd been exactly where I was 20 years ago. Debt, lies, a family on the brink. He rebuilt everything and taught me that my pride was costing me my future. The first thing Richard taught me, stop pretending. I had to come clean to my wife about everything. The credit cards, the watch, the car lease. Telling her the truth was the hardest conversation of my life. My wife cried, then held my hand. We're in this together, she said. For the first time in years, I didn't feel alone in my debt. We made a plan that night to face the truth together. Richard helped me create a real budget for the first time. We listed every debt, every bill, every dollar. Seeing the number on paper was terrifying, but at least I wasn't hiding from it anymore. We sold the leased SUV and bought a used minivan. My kids cried at first. I explained that we were choosing freedom over fancy cars. They didn't understand, but my wife and I knew the truth. I stopped wearing the expensive watch. I sold it online and put every dollar toward our highest interest credit card. Watching that payment go through felt better than any compliment I ever got about that watch. We sat the kids down and explained money in a way they could understand. My daughter asked if we were poor. I told her we were temporarily broke, but working hard to fix it. Honesty felt healing. We canceled the cable, stopped eating out, and started cooking at home. My kids complained at first, but then they started helping with meals. We were actually spending time together instead of just spending money. We paid off our first credit card completely. My wife and I sat at the kitchen table and cried happy tears. $6,000 of debt gone. The feeling was better than any vacation we never took. I started teaching my kids about money. We set up savings jars for spending, saving, and giving. My son finally understands that credit cards aren't magic. They're just borrowed money with interest. We stopped trying to keep up with the neighbors. I realized most of them are probably struggling just like we were. The Joneses are drowning too. They're just better at hiding it. We negotiated with the credit card companies. Some reduced our interest rates, others set up payment plans. Just asking for help opened doors I didn't know existed. Richard introduced me to investing basics. I started putting just $50 a month into a simple index fund. Watching it grow felt like planting seeds for our future instead of borrowing from it. We built an emergency fund for the first time. 3 months of expenses saved in a separate account. The peace of mind knowing one car repair wouldn't destroy us was worth more than any luxury item. We started a college fund for both kids. Making that first deposit was emotional. I was breaking the cycle of debt that had trapped my family for generations. My daughter's birthday came around again. This time I could afford a small gift without using credit. She saw the relief on my face and hugged me tight. That hug was the real gift. We refinanced our mortgage to a lower rate. The savings each month went straight to debt payment. Our neighbors don't know we're making different choices now, and I don't care anymore. My son asked if we were rich now because we paid off some debts. I explained that being rich isn't about having things. It's about not being afraid of losing them. He seemed to understand. I started a side business doing insurance consulting. Richard helped me structure it properly. The extra income accelerated our debt payoff faster than I ever imagined possible. We paid off the last credit card. $78,000 of debt gone. My wife and I sat on the couch and just held each other, crying and laughing at the same time. Richard and I still meet monthly, but now I'm mentoring others. I lead a small group of people drowning in the same debt I escaped. Helping them feels like paying forward everything I learned. My daughter wrote a school essay about our family's journey. She called me brave for admitting we were struggling. Her words meant more than any promotion or raise I ever received. Now when my kids ask for something, I tell them the truth. We can afford it or we can't, and here's why. No more lies, no more shame, no more hiding in the garage. Just an honest family building a real future.